Hey everyone, Brendan Snyder here. How are you? Thanks so much for joining me. Please welcome Andi Deris from Helloween. Thanks so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So, we've got a lot to talk about here. You guys have a brand new album coming out, Giants and Monsters, on August 29th. We're going to get into that, but I wanted to step back just a bit. How did you come to the attention of the band Helloween in 1993 when you first joined?
Oh, that was actually coincidental. There's a nice little story behind it because
Hmm.
we just recorded our first demo in Hamburg with my former band, Pink Queen 69.
Yeah,
And
which I have
so,
to say is
well, there you go. Okay, here
yeah,
we are.
absolutely fantastic stuff. I mean, this one here blows me away to this day. I
Thank you.
still break
Thank
that
you.
out.
I still remember writing this album under my roof at 43 degrees in summer times in Germany, sweating my
Yeah.
ass. But the guitar was fast and quick because of the sweat on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these were the days. Yeah, well, and we recorded everything in Hamburg, so even the demo. So
Mhm,
and there was one particular guy through a common friend, Stefan, he's called, or Stephen in English.
mhm,
And Stefan, he knew that particular guy and me. That particular guy was a musician as well
mhm.
from Hamburg, and Stefan, and this particular guy picked me up at the train station and this particular guy told me, well, I'm your biggest fan. I love what you did. This demo is fantastic. You have a great band, blah, blah, blah. And after 2 days, Stefan told me, well, this is Waiki from Helloween. They just had a gold record in Germany going on. And I was like, Helloween, yeah, it rings a bell. Oh my God. Okay, what a humble guy. I mean, I
Yeah.
would probably have told the guy, well, I'm the singer of blah, 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 and I love your demo, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't mention that he's a famous musician, nothing. I thought, what a humble fucking great guy. I mean, I love
Yeah.
him from the beginning.
Mhm.
So that's how our friendship was born, actually. So through the years, with the coming years, I was always hanging out with Waiki because the band kind of lived in Hamburg, certainly, because it was like the labels and the producers and everything was in Hamburg.
Mhm.
So I felt like a Hamburg Northern guy already. And yeah, every day I was hanging out with Waiki, becoming the best friends. But after a few years, he gave me a call and said, well, you have to come up to Hamburg again because I have a problem. I said, so what's going on? So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to proceed with the band anymore. You have to come and sing, or I will split it up.
Mm.
Period.
Wow.
So I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
hold. He said, come on, I'm coming. Let's
No
have a
pressure,
talk.
right?
Yeah, yeah. So funnily, I mean, I always say he's one of these truffle pigs. Like he always smells problems, and he always knows something is wrong or something is right or whatever. So Waiki is that guy. He's got the seventh sense, I say also. It's like unbelievable, that guy. He smelled that I had problems with Pink Cream back in the day.
Mhm.
So there was a
Yeah.
big quarrel going on in the rehearsal room, and I personally said goodbye to the band. And the next day, Waiki gave me that famous call. So I
Yeah.
went to Hamburg, gave him to listen to my demos, Marcus and him, Marcus, the bass player. And they were like shiny eyes and everything. And I thought, okay, that's my band then. So
Wow.
period. Yeah.
No, that's
And
great. I love
honestly,
that.
it's
And
super easy to go because normally I would never have dared to do something like that, like
mhm.
joining a band which I don't know. I don't know the people. I mean, this is dangerous. So, but because when you have one of your best friends playing in the band anyway, so no questions asked. I mean, just boom, let's go.
Right, right, absolutely. And you were coming in technically as the third lead singer in there, having come in after Kai Hansen and then Michael Kiske.
Mhm.
And so that's for you to have as big an impact as you did on the band is kind of unheard of. Usually, bands that have multiple singers down the road don't do that. But you've also been the longest serving singer at 32 years you've been in the band. I mean, congrats on that. That's a pretty amazing accomplishment in and of
Thank you.
itself.
But still, I'm still the new singer.
Yeah, right, right. I know. You'll always be the new singer, especially with the other two guys coming back now. But, but you joining the band is actually what got me into the band. I came into the band a little late. I came in on Time of the Oath.
Time of
This
the oath.
album from '96 just blew me away when I got it. But I will say over time, it's Master of the Rings that has
Hmm.
become my favorite of the era that you're part of with the group. All right, there we
There
go.
you are.
All
Yeah.
right. So I was just saying that you guys putting out a brand new album to celebrate your 40th anniversary, I think is a pretty amazing thing. I mean, a lot of bands do, compilations or different tours or whatnot, but you guys are actually putting out a brand new album. Was it lined up that way? Did you guys plan to put it out for the 40th anniversary, or did it just happen?
No, we really planned it. I mean, the whole new thing started with the Pumpkins United tour when Kai and Michael
Hmm.
joined back
Right.
the band. Um, and then this whole idea started anyway. So we told ourselves, okay, we don't know. I mean, we haven't got a crystal ball, so
Hmm.
and he's a clairvoyant here anyway. So what happens in the future is in the stars. So let's finish this particular tour, Pumpkins United, and if we still like each other and don't hit ourselves on in the
Right, right,
face,
right.
or like Diamond Dave and Sammy Hagar did in
Yeah,
on their
right.
reunion tour in Las Vegas. It's like, oh
Yeah.
man, I was so frustrated. But nevertheless, we promised the fans that we're gonna do this world tour, and there's no way that we're not gonna finish the world tour.
Hmm.
And if everything runs down smoothly, if we still like each other, then we definitely look into an album, which we
Right.
did.
Yeah, your
So for
self-titled one, which was absolutely
yeah,
fantastic.
well, finally, Halloween had like in several countries all over the world a real number one album. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, dreams come true.
Yes, certainly.
And so then we did another world tour, and look, we're still we're still happy together. So,
Yes, yes. And
so
I honestly, I mean, I've heard the album a couple times. I think you guys are going to have another number one album with this. It's really interesting. It's to me got a different feel than the self-titled album. Um, for me, it sort of sounds more like it has a direct approach. It hit me right away on it. And we still have, of course, the whole power metal sound to it. But for me, I felt it leaning more towards song oriented or more kind of straight hard rock sounding, which was,
hmm.
just caught my ear right away. I was really quite enjoying that. Was that something that was a conscious decision to try something new on this? Or again, did that just come out organically from the writing process?
Well, honestly, it was looking back to something old
Hmm.
that let us decide the running order and the mixture of the songs. You have to see, we had like 23 great songs on the table, so it was near nightmare actually to choose some. At the end of the day, the band decided to give it out of hand, give it to the management, and we have
Hmm.
five great guys in the management who are completely Halloween maniacs.
Hmm.
So we actually decided to let them do whatever they think best. So we had the A list of the band, but
Hmm.
the A list of the band was still 16 songs, which is impossible to put on an album. So let them do the rest, we thought. And we had this back in our, or at least I told them to maybe look through the feeling of the Keeper 1 and Keeper 2 albums, because I realized this was the birth of a melodic speed metal band back in the days.
Hmm.
What they actually did, the mixture is quite interesting. They had
Yeah.
like all these great speed metal. There you go.
Yeah.
They had all these speed metal anthems, like let's say Eagle Fly Free,
Right.
and you're bombarded with a great song, but we have to say it's like so many informations per second that after 4 or 5 minutes your head is like ready to explode. Still, you enjoy the song. But what they did right, in my point of view, they actually put something to calm down next to these anthems, to these speed metal things, and
Hmm.
suddenly there was a rock metal or pop metal or whatever
Hmm.
song going on, like I Want Out or Future World or Dr. Steen,
Hmm.
which gives the album listener the feeling like, oh, okay, what a fucking great song, but it's great to cool down now a little, and
Yeah.
it made you ready for the next speed metal attack, if you know
Hmm.
what I mean.
Hmm.
And this is something that I really wanted to achieve for this album, because I mean, we are aware that we got still like 60, maybe even 70% of people who like to sit down with an album on like vinyl
Yeah.
on the table, or even a CD, but people who like to listen through an album. And
Right.
I think so the mixture is very, very important still. For
Yeah.
TikTok, not, no, but for our fans, probably yes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It creates some great peaks and valleys. And at that idea, you have the speed metal peaks in it, you come back down. And I find that to be far more interesting on an album instead of one that's just a continuous, either fast pace or slow pace or whatever
Yeah.
it might be, but have those peaks and valleys.
Yeah, I mean, on the last album, you actually heard a lot of people complaining that it's too much and too long and blah blah blah. I said too long, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's the mixture of the album that stresses you out at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
If you have like a bombardment of 30, 40 minutes of speed metal and
Right.
all these many informations per second, I mean, this is hard to digest in my brain at least. So, and I'm a metal fan, so majority know what I mean. Actually,
Sure.
it's cool to have a great rocker to cool
Mm.
down a little and then ready for the next attack. So that's at least how we felt when we listened through the album and said, yeah, spot on. Let's do it like that.
Yeah.
And
And so,
the rest of the songs is still there. That's a fortunate thing.
yeah,
So we could actually go into studio tomorrow and record a freaking great album again. It's
I
like
hope you do. I hope we don't have to wait 4 years.
yeah, it's a luxury problem,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. So on this one, you got the same production team. You got Charlie Bauerfein on there and Dennis Ward.
hmm.
And Dennis Ward being from your previous band, Pink Cream 69. How is that working with him again, both on the last album and now on this one?
Well, I'm just happy that we found together actually, because
Hmm.
after I left Pink Cream, they unfortunately went down, which I really mean unfortunately, because business-wise, that's bad for me as well, because
Yeah,
I'm still with like the royalties and everything. So I hope that they had some serious success going on, but unfortunately, it went down, and Dennis had to, yeah, look for a job, so to say, and fortunately, he was into producing, engineering, and he's great in that. So
certainly.
also songwriting. So he's a real help for every band who needs somebody who really produces, has
Hmm.
ideas, and as I always say, put in 10 ideas, maybe nine are bullshit, but number 10 is maybe wow, the holy
Right.
grail. So and yeah, he's exactly like that. So I'm just happy because I always loved Dennis, but because of the shit when that went down back in the days, we
Yeah.
hadn't have any contact like 5 or 6 years actually.
Hmm.
Nobody talked to each other, but I was happy when he is finally in the team.
No, it's good. I'm glad that you guys were able to patch things up and work together. And like you said, he's certainly an addition to any team he works on. And
Absolutely.
he's out
Super.
there playing bass in a lot of different bands
Yeah.
and working, that sort of stuff. So I'm glad that he's, got the success over there as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, same counts for the drummer,
Mhm.
Costa from Pink Cream. He is now since 20 years my tour manager. So
Oh,
the,
really? Okay, I
yeah,
didn't know that. Yeah.
the family sticks together as much as
Okay.
possible.
Fantastic. I love it. And now you guys just have to record a Pink Cream 69 album together. And then I think you'll come full circle.
Yeah, that's that's a sad story because the guitarist is actually only capable of moving two fingers now.
Oh,
So
okay.
that'll never happen, unfortunately.
Ah, okay. I didn't, yeah, I had wondered why we hadn't seen anything in so long. I didn't realize that was the case. That's too bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, you guys now with the seven-piece lineup recording, and you've done the previous album, the self-titled album. Any different dynamic going into this album? You've done two tours, Was it everybody has just found their place or?
I would pretty much say so, yeah, because
Yeah,
there was so much less pressure actually. If we call it pressure, pressure always sounds negative. I mean that positive pressure that
sure.
actually pushes you into something like I
Mhm.
want to do it right and I want to do it better and blah blah blah. It could be hindering you. I mean, that could be an enemy, even if
Mhm.
you think positive, but it's always on the back of your mind or on your shoulders, and you don't move
Right.
as easily as you normally do. But for this time, I think this pressure was absolutely great because we
Yeah.
pushed ourselves, each others, you
Mhm.
could say. My boys were here in my studio, and it was probably not only probably, it was definitely the most relaxed time I ever had during the production.
Mhm.
Speaking for my boys as well, everybody was happy. Michael Kiske and I made a habit of singing everything.
Mhm.
So he sang all the album, I sang the whole album. And then we talked to the producers and say, look, you've got everything you need. You
Right.
decide. You cut the shit out of it and
Okay. Yeah.
Michael and you arrange it. And Michael and I just went down to the beach, had a good day, and in the evening we just came, listened to it, and said, "Yeah, it's okay." It's like 90% was fantastic, and
Right.
10% we had to be doing again. The funny story is there was like lots of things where I didn't want to sing, and Michael didn't want to sing. At the end of the day, we gave Kai a call and said, "You have to sing."
Oh, that's really interesting because I was wondering how I didn't know if the songs were written where you were only singing the lines you have, but no, you've in fact sang the whole song. Kiski sang the whole song. Is there any chance that we might one day hear, demos or whatever it might be where you sung the whole song and then there's another version where he sung
Yeah,
the whole song?
definitely. Definitely. In the future, not only demos. In the future, you will hear Andy songs written sung by Michael, Michael songs sung by Andy, or a mixture of
Right.
everything. Because we put in the work to sing everything,
Yeah.
and so it's great for B-sides, bonus tracks, surprises, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So, yeah, yeah, we
All
did
right.
that.
I'm going to be looking forward to that. Talking about
Oh,
the,
we lost so many time. Last time
yeah.
we lost so many days. Yeah, where we actually sat with like the lyrics sheet on our knees and going through the parts. What do you sing? What do I sing? Blah blah blah. Bullshit theory. And this time we just decided, Michael and I decided, look, let's sing everything. I mean,
Mhm.
uh, you cannot spare more time. I mean, actually,
Right.
what the fuck, we need it anyway. So, you
Sure.
know, also it's great for no, okay, live, I could sing that. I'm feeling comfortable. Or remembering the production, you go like, nah, I definitely don't want to sing. That was a bitch singing it. And, so it's already something which is great for the learning process.
Right.
And we actually gained a lot of time by that.
Hmm. The first single that came off of the album, This Is Tokyo, I understand there's a sort of personal story that you wanted to say thank you to Japan.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that would be back with Pink Cream 69, actually. We started out super great there. It was like a little shooting star, actually a
Mhm.
real shooting star. Our
Yeah.
first album went boom to the moon, and
Mhm.
suddenly I had a career. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, we recorded an album. Nothing happened that much, a little bit in Germany, but not so much.
Hmm.
And suddenly there was like that thing like a rocket to the moon in
Yeah.
Japan, and suddenly it's like a snowball system. It went back to Europe then, and suddenly we were somebody in Europe as well
Right.
through Japan. Worked out nicely, and we were just on the jump to the United States actually when the shit hit the fan, so to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said goodbye then. But nevertheless, Japan for me is, yeah,
They,
the
they,
first country who was really telling me to frigging go on. I'm on the
mhm.
right path, and don't stop making music. I
Yeah.
probably
It's
would
been
not
one of
never
those.
have stopped music, but maybe I would have also like Dennis going to the studio engineering or whatever, because I have my studio here. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
But I'm glad that I'm not actually like in my studio prisoned
Yeah.
like 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 Dennis is. I mean, he is probably 24/7 sometimes in the studios. I couldn't bear that.
Yeah. The you definitely have to get out and embrace the other side of things, playing live and all of
Yeah.
that. Just do the whole
Yeah.
balanced
A
thing.
very important part of my
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah.
no jail feeling in the studio. Actually, that's the only thing I need.
Right.
And fresh breeze out there, fresh air.
Mhm.
Touring is great
Yeah.
until after like 4 or 5 months. Then you go like, okay, I'm happy to get back home now.
Right.
But we do our breaks now, meanwhile. So after 2 months, actually, we want to have at least 2 weeks with the family and
Hmm.
then start over again. And that's working just fine.
That's good. So a couple other songs that are on the new album that I really like. The song a little is a little too much. That one
Mhm.
caught my ear right away on it. Is there a story behind that one?
Yeah, it's that famous drop that brings it to everything to boil over, so to say.
Yeah.
Point point is the song is too happy, so I did not want to end up with a dystopian story here, so I just took that synonym of that final drop,
Yeah.
which boils oil over everything, and I thought, okay, because I remember like 2 months before I had my old school friends here in Tenerife on my island visiting me for holidays,
Yeah.
and we had this little back in the days talk. You remember when you were actually with your first love and it's gotten serious, and
Yeah.
the main trouble and main worry we had in our head, don't come too early.
Yeah. Hold on, hold on.
Hold on, don't touch.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's much better fitting for the song, even though it was born as a serious idea,
Right.
like dystopian, but you could yeah, okay, the interpretation is free for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's about something serious. Actually, it's something funny because we're like years later, we look at that theme, but back in the days, it was fucking damn serious.
Yeah, yeah, right, right. I love songs that have that you write it one way and it can be interpreted in multiple ways. I think it
Yeah.
catches more fans that way. It's always good to have
You know,
those.
there's lots of people who want to look at it as a happy thing, and you're welcome. You're very much invited because
Yeah,
that's the intention.
right.
But just to know where it actually came from, so that little is a little too much was actually a serious thing, and yeah, it
Yeah,
became a more or less funny thing.
yeah. So I want to change topics a little bit here. We're going to stay on anniversary, but back when you guys had your 25th anniversary, you did this album,
Mm,
right? Where
mm.
you sort of reinterpreted the songs a bit, brought in the orchestra, things like that. Now, I personally love this album. Just the alternate way of hearing things, I love. But I recently read, I think it was an old interview with you, where you said you didn't really like the album. Is that true?
Well, I do like the album. That's okay because it's done really
I guess
as good
well.
as good as you can. It's
Mhm.
sounding great. It's done good.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. I don't have problems with the album itself. I just have the problem that we actually made it.
Oh,
You know,
I just
I
thought it
was
was,
not. I was no fan of that. I
yeah.
said, look, in the first place, I swapped my accordion with an electric guitar and not with an acoustic guitar back in the days, and I had so much trouble with my parents doing so secretly.
Yeah.
At the age of 13, it was like nearly war at home.
Hmm.
But nevertheless, that's the reason I play an electric guitar and not so much acoustic guitar.
Sure,
I'm
certainly.
a rock and roller, and
Hmm.
yes, sometimes an acoustic guitar is okay,
Yeah,
sometimes.
right.
But I mean, I don't like that
Yeah, yeah.
unplugged
You're
stuff.
you're you're a heavy metal guy. I get it.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. It's
Yeah,
not my
yeah,
cup of tea. And honestly, I don't even listen to bands who do that, like metal
yeah,
bands or rock bands who suddenly come up with an unplugged. Or back in the days, there was this MTV unplugged thing.
yeah. Everybody wanted to do it. It was
Uh,
making money, but it
yeah,
was it
no,
was a trend. Yeah,
it was a trend, but it's never been my trend. It's
yeah.
not my
Got
cup
it.
of tea.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to check. I just wanted you to know that there are fans out there that absolutely love the album.
Hey,
But I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. It's cool,
that's
man.
okay. I did my best on it.
You did a very good job. And I know we got to
I
wrap up
tried
here,
it.
but I wanted to. You've also got a number of solo albums that you've done over your career. Any chance we're going to get something like that from you again, another side project or solo album?
Yeah, probably that'll be my farewell album somewhere in 10, 15, 20 years.
I
Knock
hope
on
it's
wood.
20 years, a
But
long time.
yeah, me too. But nevertheless, I mean, this is something that I probably at the end of our career again, maybe
Yeah,
again, I will go into the studio for the last time, recording all the song leftovers that I still love, that I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
actually, I want them to see the light of day,
Hmm.
so to say.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, in the near future, definitely not. It's too much.
yeah. I understand. And then just one last thing. Obviously, I think it's on everybody's mind right now with Ozzy Osbourne having just passed. I assume they were a big influence on you and or Helloween. Any great memories or thoughts or just experiences that you can share?
Well, I was happy to get to know Ozzy because we were fortunate to play some Monsters of Rock back, or Monsters of Rocks. It were two Monsters of Rocks in there where we played with Black Sabbath, and two or three shows with Black Sabbath for the reunion tour
Yeah,
back in 1999. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So, so I'm one of those few people who have shaken his hand and had some small talks with him every
Hmm.
day here and there. Um, but back in the days, I already thought, oh, Ozzy, yeah, it's looking bad because they
Mhm.
already had to kind of lead him onto stage, then
Right.
bring him backstage into a little tent where he had oxygen going on, and
Hmm.
even then, I thought, okay, it's not going to take long, I think. So you actually looking at a very happy person because Ozzy made it another 25 years. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That is
Because
pretty amazing.
back in the days, I already thought, okay, that's it soon.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Absolutely. But yeah, in the end of the day, he did. He made it another, 30 to 25 years because remember, he had hung it up and, before 95 and
yeah,
everything. So we as fans got a lot more time with Ozzy and a
absolutely.
good amount of
Fortunately.
time to be able to say our goodbyes and everything. So,
Yeah.
well, I appreciate your time today. And certainly for everyone tuning in and watching, mark on your calendars, August 29th is the brand new Helloween album, Giants and Monsters. There's two singles that have already been released out there. This is Tokyo and Universe. That one just dropped, I think, on Friday. So go check all that stuff out. And yeah, mark your calendars because I'm telling you guys, it's great. I've already heard it. Andy, thank you for being here. I hope you have a good rest of your day and hope to
Thank
be
you
able
very
to
much.
talk to you soon.
Same to you, and see you again.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.